J. Dot.
Shut up.
What? Fuck all y'all.
Is this a pimple?
No, it is a skin mole and it looks like a pimple. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's not a pimple.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not a pimple.
That's a dick. You got a dick hair growing out your face.
Because I got too much dick in my pants. Dick had to grow on my face. That ain't gay. That ain't gay. That ain't gay.
New T's and OGs. It's the 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 new T's and OGs.
The greatest show on the planet.
Yeah.
On the planet. On the planet. On the planet. On the planet. On the planet.
What up, what up, what up?
y'all?
Welcome to New T's and OGs.
New T's, OGs. I'm New T High.
And I'm OG Stan. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to
Yo, we appreciate everybody. We appreciate you all for standing with us, for joining us, for watching us and all that, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. Thank you. And if you have not subscribed yet, and you wish to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the notifications. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the sharing and all that stuff. You know, let's keep it going. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still getting over a little congestion, so. Anyway, we're gonna get right into this. Yo, what's the book of the week, man?
Book of the week is the Stargazey.
Stargazey.
And what this book is about
By who?
by Martha Grimes. And you guys want to see the lovely picture of hers. So, anyway, this book is actually a series of mystery novels about the guy called Richard Jury. That's the character name, Richard Jury. So it's almost like a Sherlock Holmes type of thing. It's just a bunch of mysteries he goes through and solves. I actually found this book at one of those stations that was Leave a Book, Take a Book, which if you guys aren't book nerds like I am, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but they have them in downtown Phoenix, they have them in Sun City, they have them in, you know, different cities. But it's pretty much just a free book sharing thing. So, you know,
What's the book about?
check it out. It's about mysteries. No, what it actually is about is a guy, he's on a bus and he sees a girl leave a bar and he sees her go into this other like exclusive club area called the Stargazey, and she ends up getting murdered. And so he has to deal with the guilt of, could I have prevented something? And so he tries to solve her murder to see exactly how she died and what ends up happening. So it's kind of a you know, it's a unique mystery book. I've never heard anything quite like it.
You go, boy, because I sure ain't think you were doing anything about what you had right there. It's like this.
No, I know what it's
I'm
about.
like, you just grabbed the book, you ain't even read the motherfucker.
I know what that's about.
Yeah, you know.
Bottle of the week is OG Stan. What's the bottle?
I gotta go get it. Wait a minute.
Getting the bottle of the week. Getting the bottle of the week. Flexing, flexing, flexing. Fuck, flexing, flexing, flexing. What up? What up, girl? Bottle of the week is a penis. Nah.
Boom. Excuse me. All right, so.
Oh, that's oh god. Woo! What'd you eat?
That's-
Pastrami earlier? What was that?
Pussy. All right, look. The bottle of the week. Bottle of the week. This week is New Amsterdam Vodka. Apple. Bam. Focus in. Focus. Boom. New Amsterdam Vodka. Apple. Yo, it's good. Tastes good. I like mixing it with, you know, my favorite.
Cranberry apple.
You know it. Ocean Spray, baby.
Ocean
Sponsorship. What's
Ocean
up? Cook
Spray.
it up. Hook it up. Yo, it's good. I love it. Costs about $10. That's it. It's cheap. Get fucked up. Have a good motherfucking time. Amsterdam, bitch.
I feel like that should be the new slogan. Amsterdam, bitch!
Now look, we had this whole Black History show that we was doing, and it was gonna be bananas.
It's gonna be great coming from a white man.
But it got a little bit out of
Pretty
hand.
sure I'm a little bit Irish. You can see the
He's
red.
almost Irish. He's German.
I'm Irish. Blood.
Fuck you.
I got Irish blood. I actually got a Welsh and Scottish Irish last name.
Do you believe in any type of conspiracy? Do you believe
Fuck
that
a
there's
conspiracy.
Hold on,
I don't know about
But do you
conspiracy.
believe
That's not a
that there's
conspiracy.
conspiracies? Period.
Like, I've
I mean, I'm sure there's some conspiracies that are right. I don't know.
Jordan Peterson, you're
about,
Jordan
I'm not
Peterson,
talking about Jordan
Ben
Peterson.
Shapiro disciple. You jumping, dude.
See, you don't need to insult me with
No,
that.
he.
Just talk about it.
No,
Come
you.
down here. Come over here.
Dude, you're talking. No. I'm not. No. This is where I'm saying I'm too much of a grown man to care too much about my brand. No, I know you want that. You need viewers.
No.
What monkey shit? Remember Monkey Boy? You were like, oh, you like bananas? I didn't think it got that out of hand. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a tiny. Maybe.
You noticed that I wasn't in it no more? I let them go ahead and run with that shit. I was like, all right. So yeah, so that's kind of how that went. So
we were trying to pay respect to Black History Month. Black History Month is great, but it's March.
It became a difference of opinion and shit like that, and egos and all that shit. So anyway, on to the next one. This episode, we actually went on location, went to Crates Records out in Sunnyslope, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time just out there kicking it with my man Serge and them that own the store out there. And we had a really good time. You know, small business owners, you know what I'm saying, started right here in their own hometown, in their own city to put money back into the city. You know what I'm saying? And so it was, and I think that's a really important thing, especially when it comes to like small businesses, like building inside your community that you're already in, the community that you live in, the community that you grew up in. You know what I'm saying? To give back to that part of the community. You ain't got to go and just give back to every ghetto you've been to. Give back to your own hood, your own side. Build that up. And I think that's really important, especially as a small business owner, just such as myself. I did the same thing. Hood I grew up in, I opened up a studio in the same hood, and it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
And from their perspective, and you guys are going to see it a little bit later, the interview we did, he wasn't just trying to, as a small business owner, he wasn't just trying to make money or take advantage of people. He was actually trying to make a mark on the community he was in, not only financially, but also, just trying to leave, historically his mark. He loves hip hop. He loves the music industry, and he was just kind of trying to reflect that in his business, his record shop. But you guys are going to see that later. But as far as the small business goes, it's so weird how it's so different in every state. Yeah. What you need to start a small business, what licenses you need, how much money you need to pay
but
to start a business.
It's funny because that's the only thing that's different. The licenses and stuff that you may need, the certifications you may need depending on the type of business that you decide to open. Because when it comes to opening a small business, a business, whatever, it's pretty much the same process no matter where you go. You get the stuff that you need so you can start it.
Right.
You still got to promote it. You still have to market it. You still have to know what your demographics are. And so before you even start pushing it, you need to know the type of people you're trying to reach. So you look at your demographics, and then you see what kind of budget you got to see what kind of marketing you can actually do so you can promote to these people so you can get that money rolling in the door so you can continue to keep building and building.
Right.
And it's like that across the board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But once you find your niche and you find out, you know what I'm saying, exactly the lane that you need to be in to make that kind of money, then it's going to keep rolling.
And it makes it so much easier when you're passionate about it too. Yeah. When you actually like what you're doing as a small business. There's a lot of people who have started small businesses, whether it's selling merchandise on the side. There's a what is it, Mary Kay? A lot of women do Mary Kay, but they're not Herbalife, but they're not necessarily passionate about it. But
some people are.
Okay, yeah, there is people got the license plate frames and they're like Herbalife for life.
Tattoos, Herbalife.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But when you're actually passionate about it, you can. It makes it easier to go through the hard times, and the good times. You see that pronounced so much more. Like you see the passion in the work. You know what I mean? When you record somebody's music, and they can actually hear you caring about it, as opposed to. And I know a lot of artists out there, me included. You've recorded at somebody, and that's all they do is they hit the record button, they record it, whatever. You're selling something, you get sold a product, and you're not getting sold an experience. You know what I mean? Like you can. Sorry, I'm rambling, but you can just tell the difference when somebody actually cares about their small business, and when somebody is just getting into it just to see, let me see if I can make some money.
Yeah, because honestly, like with my business, you know what I'm saying, I started off doing the music, but that was my passion. You I broke into doing videography, and this was also back in like 2003. And it wasn't my passion, it's just something I liked doing. The music was my passion. In 2007, I want to say, 2006, 2007, I merged with a company called I Live It, and we started doing T-shirts and stuff. They was already doing T-shirts. I just kind of, got into the mix with what they was already doing. So we had the studios, we had the videos, we had the T-shirts, we had all of that. And then when I moved out here and I was back to just South City, I knew everything that I needed to do as far as to do the T-shirts myself. I knew how to do it, so for me it was a hustle. It was another skill that I learned. So I knew to invest my money wisely on what to get so I could make money doing that. But my passion was still the music. I mean, it wasn't until within the past year and a half where my passion kind of shifted a little more to being more on the visual side than just the audio. The audio, I'm great. I'm fantastic. I'm a man. I am wonderful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But visually, I was not. So I had to get my skills tight. I had to pick up a camera, whatever I had, and just start filming. And I just kept going, watching tutorials, trying things on my own, just hit and miss, fail after fail until I started getting the settings I wanted, the lighting right, the storyline right, just being able to visualize what they want and being able to give it to them. And now, so I'm a lot better at it. I'm still growing. I'm still getting better and better. And this is, just a process. But as a business owner, if you don't grow and if you stay doing the same thing over and over, you can get great at it. Amazing. But
it's true. Yeah.
If you can do so much more with that same business and make even more money and expand, that's what you do. I want to grow. Yeah, I want South City to be a household name. I want it to be everywhere. I want it to be bigger than Bad Boy.
Oh, shit.
But, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Rockefeller.
I thought I told you that we won't, no, I'm saying. But, but still, see, as a business owner, you gotta want to grow. You should want to grow. And then in the industry that I'm in, your options is to either stay stagnant and not fall off basically in this industry, or grow. No. You only have two choices: stay stagnant for a minute and then fall off, or build yourself up and keep growing.
Right. And being stagnant is death, in my opinion. Now, coming from a banking perspective, and me working with a lot of small businesses, what a lot of people seem to be afraid to do is find funding for their small business. There's a lot of businesses you don't need to find funding. You can start with $100. You can start with $500. You can start a small business with a small amount of money. I'm talking things like audio and visual. You can buy a camera. You can buy a $200-$300 camera. You can start your own business with that. But a lot of people were turned off from the prospect of going out and pitching my idea. I don't believe in myself enough. I don't believe in my idea enough to actually get people to invest in my idea. Because a lot of people think investing happens at a corporate level. Investing happens at when I'm already super successful. What I think a lot of people need to kind of maybe explore a little bit more is there's a lot of loans you can get. There's some grants you can get. There's also people that are just looking for the opportunity to invest in businesses. Say if you have a business that you can't fund yourself. And I don't think people should be scared of the idea of finding investments as a reason to not start a business.
Yeah, but how do you find those resources to be able to do that?
And see what that has a lot to do with is there's a lot of there's a lot of free seminars you can go to, and you meet a lot of people that are independent entrepreneurs there. You can talk to them. Also, if you with Crates Records, for example, it wasn't just Serge. It was him and his best friend, and they both came together and said, "Hey, let's do this together." Go to your friends and family. Your friends and family, you'd be so surprised how much they would want to help you out with it. Now, I have met the exact opposite, where it is none of your friends and family believe in you.
Right.
I have met that.
Nobody believes in you.
But there is a lot of people that they just haven't started something just simply for the fact is they didn't want to take the first step. They didn't want to take the first risk.
Yeah, it's the initial fear.
You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail a bunch of times.
It's the initial fear of failure, not seeing the people not believing in you and not helping you. All of that. So it's all in the same thing. It's all under that. But you know what? Let's go on over to Crates Records so you can see
Check it out.
what we did over there. Holla at, listen to Surge. We're gonna kick it right now. What's up? We are at Crates Records.
I'm New T Hyde.
I'm OG Stan, and today we have none other than
Surge.
The man.
The man.
You know what I'm saying?
AKA Surgezilla. AKA the owner of Crates Records out here in Sunnyslope, Arizona. Surge, thank you for letting us come down here and film on location.
Thank you guys for coming and filming on location.
Now,
we're too lazy to go anywhere else.
No.
Making you drive. Sorry, man.
You've been in my place a couple times, man. I appreciate the love. For real.
Oh yes, we gotta have him. You gotta sign up.
Oh,
You
yeah,
gotta
been
come
to
down
the new spot.
You gotta come down to the new spot.
Oh, you got a new spot? Oh, we'll have to talk
8 minutes from here.
8 minutes, yeah, right down the street.
What?
First
Right
album
down the street, bro.
Oh, dude, it's right by your man's shop by the AZ Bonafide then.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
at 21st in Glendale.
Yeah.
22nd.
Right over there? Yeah, right over there. But this is this is like the Facebook of a hip hop community. Anything you want, you can find on here. You got the record store. If you need a haircut, we're in a recording studio in the back of the shop now. So if you need some music recorded, go to South City. Don't go to Crates.
Oh, damn. Flows.
Hey, look. Go to both. Spend your money in both.
There you go.
That's right. Because secretly it funnels to me from Stan.
Hey,
No,
hey,
This is not a tax shelter.
we all in this to get money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We all do this for the love of it as well. So, and, hey, each hand wash the next hand. You know what I mean?
Hey, there you go. Now, if you need, if you need any sort of local Arizona hip hop, you can find it here. People drop off new music all the time, right?
Well, we certainly have a lot of artists in and out of here, yeah, and we get their CDs often. We have a bunch of them up on the rack right now.
You got gear up front.
We got gear.
Even I can see this lovely T-shirt.
Slops.
I don't have my hand.
They offer free beer too, guys. It's crazy. No, but let's just get right into it, man.
But y'all got a lot of old school stuff too, right?
Oh
Yes.
Like y'all specialize in real hip hop, like original old
we
school.
specialize in real music.
All right, yeah. Oh yeah, because
We just happen to be.
I see a lot of old school, like
We just
R&B.
happen to be hip hop cats, but as we all know, it takes everything to create hip hop, and we celebrate all of it. We actually have a whole rack out there that's just for samples, for beat makers.
Oh, that's what's
Instrumental albums and comedy albums and soundtrack, whatever you want. Like just sounds, percussion albums. Just, I think we're kind of one of the only shops in town that does that.
Probably the only shop that does it.
That kind of does every genre. I mean, I see country out there, pop out there, anything you can name out there.
Yeah, and it's really funny is people come in and see all the graffiti and all the hip hop posters and the DJs and all that, and it's really funny because our hip hop section is actually like
that big,
like this big. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, we have like a grip of 12-inch singles, and most 12 inches were hip hop, but yeah, our actual hip hop section is one of the smallest sections in the store.
That is extremely funny you said that.
So we say old school,
kind of
new
ironic.
school, everything.
Yeah,
Come here to get your
soul, oldies,
music.
funk, jazz, blue note, whatever you need. We got most of it here, including the shit you don't need. Just come to get it. Cool covers.
That's what's up.
Just come buy stuff. come visit our studio too. Flows is one of our engineers here, and he keeps it busy.
Flows, holler at us real quick.
Say what up,
What
Flows.
up? I'm in the background, but it's all good. Shout out to everybody.
He's a 6'5" bodybuilder,
Like
but he also engineers.
Yeah.
Kind of look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
A little bit, but without the accent.
Right.
And no muscles.
Or the muscles, yeah. But other than that, and the height, I mean, he's a little bit... And he's Mexican, he's not... Well, anyways, he's pretty close.
Maybe we lied about everything just now.
Yeah, maybe he's nothing like it. Maybe more like a George Lopez kidney surgery shit.
Oh my God! Wow. So let's.
Nah, I'm actually kidding.
I just thought about that.
Oh no, with the big head.
Yeah, with the big head. Shit, my bad, Flows. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing.
We'll show the side by
That's
side
not
comparison.
going on Instagram.
Take that to
Delete. This shit can't be.
How did this turn into a Flows Bro session?
Right.
Come on, man. You know.
So let's get into it though. When did the shop start?
We opened 2 years ago, February. Almost exactly 2 years ago. Almost. We're
Just
what's
had your
today's
anniversary?
date? Yeah, we just had our second anniversary.
February
Congratulations,
22nd?
man. Congratulations.
Thank you. We opened February 6th of 2 years ago from this year was.
17.
17.
Sorry,
man. Sorry, man. It's been a long day.
Right. Hey. So it started then. What actually pushed you into this? Because I know we met before the shop even opened up. We met because you were coming in to get the papers notarized to start the shop.
Yes, that's right. You signed the papers. You know all the little secrets.
I know what
Look
they had to
under
do
your
to
car
get this.
before you started. Hi. No, I'm joking. I had been wanting to open this thing for a long time, and when I got old, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
You're like 25, bro. What are you talking about?
Damn.
Well, no, I had been planning this shit literally since I was 18. So, you know, when I was like 30 something or other, 8, I guess, I decided to just open it.
So what made you want to go ahead and say, bam, I'm going to go ahead and open up a record shop.
What finally pushed
I'm
you
going to
to
go
it?
ahead and just do this. You know, I'm older now. What was the biggest push that made you want to do it?
My partner Todd, who I've known forever since like 2nd grade, I was just talking to him about it one day, and he was like, "Yo, I'll jump in there with you." So
That's crazy.
Me and Todd halved it, and that's it. And this building actually was perfect because the whole plan was to have a studio in the back the whole time, anyways. So when we walked in here, there was a bunch of crap up front, and like they had like some audio video studios or video, editing rooms and shit out front. We tore all that out though, because all we needed was the lab and the booth, and then we were straight. So as soon as I walked past all that and came in here and saw this, I was like, oh yeah, this is the spot we're gonna take. Because this took half the battle out. This was already here. Like, I don't know how they were using it or whatever, but I think Flows might actually know the dude that was here prior, but we just kind of used with what they started with. And
That's actually kind of funny because the new spot that I'm in,
Yeah.
when I went, the building in front of mine, I didn't like it because they had like window AC units, and I was like, I don't want that. And he said, like, well, check these out back here. They a little less, but a little less square footage. And I went back there and looked at 2 of them on the end, and it was all right. And he said, well, I got these 2, but there's still some stuff in it. Went in there, looked, walked right in the front door, was like, it was just the open room. Then I walked in the back and said, oh damn, they had everything. I mean, it was everything. The floor, the booth, huge window, everything. And then I went and looked at the unit next to it. They had the booth, huge booth, same size as the control room. Went in the other room, and there was another booth in there, and I was like, oh. And I came back, I was like, yeah, it's all right.
I'm gonna play hard to get.
I guess I can work with this, I downplayed. I ain't, in my mind, I'm like, hell yeah!
that's kind of how.
Well, I would downplay that a little bit, so trust me, I feel you.
Yeah, no,
I'll
when
take
you
most of
find
the work out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I built some tables and shit in here, whatever, but I mean, for the most part, this is Flows put all the foam and did all that, ran the lighting and everything. But I mean, for the most part, the shell was here, man. So we just made it work. Now outside was a different story. Yes, sir. So yeah, and then we had to put all the work out front, but whatever, man.
And you guys brought in local artists to graffiti the walls, paint out front, on top of the roof, everything, bro.
Yeah, well,
the community.
We're not just a record shop or just a studio or whatever. I mean, like I said, we got Snips the barber who works out front too. All kinds of fades, skin fades, who draw pictures in your hair, all that shit, man. Seriously, he's one of those he's one of those flashy barbers, that there's like a whole culture of them. I wasn't aware of this because I'm bald, so I don't have hair. I don't frequent barber shops. But I was bugging because I'm like, man, this barber got all kinds of gold. Remember, you ever see I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? Yeah. Remember when their boy OG'd, he over-golded and died, and everybody looked at him and said, damn, Junebug, how you go to the bathroom with all that stuff on? It was like the same thing with Snips. I'm like, how you cut hair with all this jewelry and shit, man? Yeah. But he's like Edward Scissorhands, dude. Cut it up, man. But anyway, so, whatever. Spot's dope.
One thing
we get artists in here. We get, like I said, we get a lot of rappers, a lot of just musicians in general. We get a lot of bands that come through, touring bands. Come through and we'll buy their vinyl and stuff here for the shop. We always support stuff like that and just.
That's another thing. You're a venue for rent too. If someone wants to throw a show or an event here, they can come to you and kind of throw a little event out here too.
Yeah, we do events as often as possible. We do a lot of events.
In fact, my mixtape release was the first event they did here, and that's where Sunnyslope, Arizona is. I felt love like I never felt anywhere else. Probably Detroit. I felt a lot of love when we went to Detroit.
I'm about to say.
I was gonna say no. Detroit. I felt a lot of love.
You guys want a minute to be alone?
No, hey.
No, I'm good.
No, but Sunnyslope, you were telling us it's not just hip hop in Sunnyslope. It's punk. You said one of the biggest punk labels, starting to be one of the biggest punk labels in all of the United States. You said,
they're
here
growing.
in Sunnyslope, Arizona.
They're huge. Yeah, they just keep growing. They're signing out. It's Slope Records actually is the name of it, and they just keep signing. Like it's wild, but I know a lot of people are like whatever. But I mean, when you start signing people from bands like the Dead Kennedys and Butthole Surfers and like the Meat Puppets and these types of big bands, the Germs and like this dude's putting these big, like these are like legendary bands like in their genres, and he's bringing them all back and pressing vinyl, putting them all. It's cool. And they're like worldwide, doing all that. So.
We got Red behind the camera shaking his head, agreeing with you on the music.
Yeah. That's because
Red knows what he's talking about, though.
But no, so yeah, they got there's a lot of stuff going on here, man. There's a lot of art studios and galleries and restaurants and just all kinds of stuff. So we do our part. We're a little bit against the grain, though. Like they all try to do too much.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
A lot of the places around here, just like Sunnyslope's a little diverse community, so there's like $1 million homes that overlook, $80,000 homes that overlook $30,000 homes. You have the demographics it's crazy. So you have everything from the top of the food chain to the very, very lowest that ride around here on bikes with no teeth, digging in our parking lot for cigarette butts or whatever, to people driving Bentleys and shit down the street. Like it's crazy. All in one little neighborhood, everything from Mexicans to... We have a place called Little Saigon up the street, man. It's all Cambodians, Vietnamese and shit. And then you go right up the street. Bro. Everybody's Mexican. You go right up the other block. It's weird. A bunch of white folks, gangsters. Yeah, I mean, everything. The Slopes is wild. Crazy, so man. It's kind of cool because there's a lot of stuff and a lot of different types of people that grow up here, whatever. So they all kind of mingle together, which I think is cool about it. And that's what... So, but my point was these other... They try too hard. They don't get... You get a lot of people that aren't from the area. It goes on everywhere where they try to do that whole gentrification shit. Okay. You get a lot of outsiders that come in that don't know shit about the neighborhood, the community, the history, the people. Don't respect the history. Don't respect it. All they want to do is create their own history here because what happened prior doesn't matter because... I don't know why, but for some reason, and people say it. So anyways, it's kind of wild, but they come in and they try to do a lot of stuff that's just like out of character for the neighborhood, and they try to get us on board, and we're all from the neighborhood. We're all from Sunnyslope. Flo's is from Sunnyslope. My partner Todd, Snips the barber, everybody's from Slope. So we know the neighborhood well because we grew up here. So we just kind of they do stuff. If we're with it, we're cool. If not, then we're like, well, that's not really our thing. And that, quite honestly, we don't want to see that in our neighborhood. So we'll back out and do our own thing on that day and promote what we want to promote. Okay. You know, so it's, you know, and it's not like we're trying to be mean or anything. It's just that we can't get behind some of that shit because it's not what our neighborhood was, or want it to be. So we just kind of, you know.
It's hard when people move into a location and don't embrace what that location's about, you know?
Right, and it's happened in Brooklyn it happened, and in Detroit it's happening. I saw a thing with E40 like in the Bay Area, and you know, luckily him and those dudes got a lot of money, so they're buying and opening the businesses and buying the properties. Hell, just over by Chicano Park in San Diego, they did that. What was really cool about that is they redid this whole strip on Logan Street. And all the restaurants and everybody that moved in are all neighborhood people. So it's all people from the neighborhood. So I don't know if that's considered gentrification at that point, or just like spiffing up the neighborhood and, you know, taking pride in your hood.
In the community.
Absolutely.
You recycling it right back.
Right, and what that's doing is it's keeping the people. You know, a lot of people go into old neighborhoods and they see it tore down. They're like, "Oh, this is the hood. This is the ghetto. This is what." No, maybe it's just an old ass neighborhood,
right.
And those people are so old they can't mow their lawn anymore because they're in their 80s and nobody goes and helps them.
Right.
So rather than like force those people out by driving those prices up, it's those same people that are still in the neighborhood opening the businesses. Not only does it keep money in the neighborhood, it keeps the neighborhood in the neighborhood.
And that's pretty much what y'all doing too.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's what's up.
And a lot of our friends actually in the area are doing the same thing, man. So, but we do it with the music. We up and comers, locals, whatever. If they're, you know, we say if it's quality, for the most part, we'll support it. You know, there's a lot. You gotta support stuff that's not really good too. Sometimes I guess, just because
I know what you mean.
Everybody starts somewhere, but you know. There's a lot of shit we don't get behind because we're like, wow, man, how old are you and how many? Okay, you don't get it, you know, and whatever.
Right.
They got their lane, we got ours, but we take everybody's money in the studio. Crates is open for business. No, I'm joking.
Well, look, Serge, we definitely appreciate you being on the show today.
Yes, thank you,
man. Drop us some knowledge, especially for the people that don't know nothing about Sunnyslope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you don't know, come on out here. You know what I'm saying? Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Where can they follow you on any sort of social media? This is where you got to call your people. Where?
Can I or can't I? Okay, yeah, that's good. No, they can follow us at Crates Records and Gear on Instagram, Crates Records on Instagram, Crates Studios on Instagram.
All down here at the bottom.
Geez, what else? Oh, we're on Facebook, Crates Records and Gear on Facebook.
If they want to get studio time, should they hit up Flows or who should they hit up?
They can hit up Crate Studios on Instagram.
Okay.
Crate Studios at Gmail. They come to the shop, call the shop, Crates Records and Gear.
If you don't know, Google it.
Yeah, Google us. We got good reviews,
guys.
Man.
I did find this out. If you look up Sunnyslope, Arizona on Wikipedia, they are on the Wikipedia page. I didn't know if you guys knew that. Under the music section, you guys under the music scene.
Shout out to
Crates and Records. There's a whole paragraph there. It's crazy, bro.
So I know it wasn't those Yelp people that keep calling me.
Right. Well, again,
yeah, prices went up. No, thank you, Flowers. Thank you, by the way. Get at us for the new studio rates.
Well, again, man, we definitely appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you, man. It's good to see you guys.
Same here.
Thank you for coming on, bro.
All right, back in the studio. Holla at y'all in a minute. Crates Records.
Peace.
Yo, so check it. We had a great time. Thank you, Serge. You know what I'm saying? It was good to hear his thoughts and, you know, how they do it with their community. You know what I'm saying? It was exactly what we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And so you're a small business owner, you start your community and you grow from there, you know?
It was cool, man. I mean, it was one of those businesses, like I got the joy of helping start up, not financially, but, you know, I was the banker involved with the transaction.
Yeah, you said that.
That happened. I know I said it on the show. I just want to reiterate it again. But anyway, guys, Crates Records, great business if you want to check them out. Sunnyslope, Arizona. Let March begin. Honestly, is there anything else to say?
Yo, stay tuned, man. We're gonna have all kind of shows. You know what I'm saying? All kind of things coming up. We have been brainstorming. We have been creating. this is about to be an amazing time to really join us and watch us.
I do have to say one thing. My cousin Clifton Potter is going to help us with the show.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna.
That's
we filmed
the British dude with
the
the
British
little-
guy. Yeah,
okay.
he's from Liverpool, England, and he's actually done a couple of things for us. He wants to be a serious journalist, so watch out for that. Watch out for certain guests we have.
Yeah.
It's
Just
gonna
stay
be great.
tuned. Stay tuned. But yo, new TSOGs, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for the notifications. We will holla at y'all next week. We love you all. I'm OG Stan.
I'm New T High. This is New T's OGs.
We out. Love you.
New T's and OGs. It's the new T's and OGs.